Okay, now Phyllis, I'm back here. Now I'm at the supplements section of the video. Let me go through that and let me show you some of the things I've taken before. I don't take a lot of these things every day. I'll tell you what I do take every day, but just have them in your cupboard every now and then whenever you feel the need to take them. It's usually whatever your body's feeling, right? Like you don't have to like force everything onto your body. It's a lot of things to take, right? Like, when is the right time to take certain things? Just make sure you have them on hand for when it's time to take them. First, I'm going to start with have a good probiotic, right? And do you need to take it in the form of a pill? No, right? So what are some things that have probiotics in them? I think I bought one when I was at your house there called kefir, right? That was the thing that helped you go to the washroom. You need to get things going in your stomach, and your body, your stomach has to have the right bacteria in there to break down your food, right? And if you're eating junk, then that means you don't have the right bacteria in your stomach breaking down your food. And so now you're getting things called leaky gut syndrome. You're getting things that, your food's just kind of passing through undigested, right? There are things in your stomach that are digesting your food. And, they need to be kept alive as well, right? And I'll tell you how that's done. But the first thing you start with is having the probiotics in your stomach. Probiotic bacteria in your stomach, you can get them from the kefir. You can get them from your yogurt. That's why I like to have yogurt so much. But you can also get it from a simple pill. These things need to be kept in the fridge because they are alive, right? And how do you feed them? Well, you feed probiotics by eating things like fiber, right? The fiber is food for the bacteria in your stomach, right? So that's why you need to have fiber. Too much fiber creates too much roughage. It can create constipation, but your stomach does need fiber, right? So I think they call those prebiotics, if I got that right. But probiotics, put that in your stomach so that you can have good intestinal health, so that it can break down your food and it gets all the nutrients out of the good food that you're trying to put in your stomach. If not, you're eating and your body's just passing it through, not taking in the nutrients, making you sick. So a good probiotic. I use this one again, health food store. You can, there's all types in them. They should be in a fridge. There's no such thing as a probiotic that isn't in the fridge. Because if they're not in the fridge, it means they're not alive. One thing that I do try to take every day is a good multivitamin, right? So this is an older man's multivitamin, right? It says that it's good for energy, stamina, and recovery. You know what, man? There are some trace minerals that you need to have in your body. And, unfortunately, if you're on a diet, it means you're probably not eating a whole lot, right? And so, what you are eating is quite selective. And, you're probably not getting everything that you need when you're dieting and you're exercising hard. So, just having a good multivitamin, I think, is important. Some of these other things, though, I think are kind of like, you can be selective about them. You don't really need to eat a whole lot of them. So I use ActiveX. There's a woman's version as well that Nicole takes. Get a good multivitamin. You probably don't need this one very much. Maybe take it a little bit, but again, maybe you do need it because you're working inside. Vitamin D3. Your skin makes this stuff naturally. If you're under the sun, your body is making vitamin D for you. K2 helps it bind and make good bone health. So I combine a D3 and a K2. Do some research there, and you'll see what I mean about why it is that you need to have K2 combined with D3. You don't want to overdo this if you want to have osteoporosis, overcalcification of the bone, right? So if you're in the sun taking too much D3, you're probably going to start to have bone problems. So watch that. But out here in Canada, as you know, we don't get a lot of sun. So, I use this to stay healthy mentally too. You'll be surprised of the link between not having enough vitamin D and mental health issues, such as depression, right? So that's why I started taking it initially. And I saw like immediate success with this. Probably within like a month, right? Things started to turn around for me, just thinking more clearly. What's next here? This is the stuff. You're going to love this one. This is the stuff. There's two here, actually. These are both the same thing. It's called ashwagandha. This is the stuff that made Dexter trip out that one time when he was having that dream in the bedroom where the wolf was chasing him and telling him to watch out for the witch, right? Uh, when I had my depression, I don't take this stuff now, but sometimes I'll take it every now and then just to kind of like get things going again get things going again for when I need to get better sleep or when I just need to get rid of a little bit of stress, like when I'm traveling, right? Kind of feel like some stress kind of starts to build on. It is known, and you can do some research on ashwagandha, but it is known to lower cortisol in the blood, in the bloodstream. Cortisol being like the stress hormone. As a result of that, you start to get better sleep because cortisol is what wakes you up, right? So your cortisol levels raise up, and that's what gives you the signal to wake up, right? If you have that stuff going in your bloodstream like 24/7 because you're stressed out all the time, it's very hard to manage. It is painful. It's like constantly being on a roller coaster, like the feeling you get when your stomach goes through your throat and not being able to calm it down or not being able to manage it. So years ago, I got on heavy doses of this and it was part of my recovery. It wasn't the only thing, but part of my recovery. But when you take it, you start to get way better sleep. And that's what you saw in Dexter. The sleep that he went into such a deep slumber that finally he was able to talk to his subconscious mind, which is what you need to heal yourself, by the way. You want to be dreaming every night. If you think about it, if you're not dreaming, then like, what are you aspiring to? You don't have anything talking to you to tell you what you need to fix. Anyways, that's an idea for you to take away, right? This is a product that I make called Miracle Brain. This is what you call a microdose. It has lion's mane, which something that you probably heard me talk about in it, but I've also put a little bit of niacin in there, which is a B vitamin, and I put in some psilocybin mushrooms in here. This has been really good for a lot of people that take it for mental health issues. I just take it right now because I do feel like it keeps me from sliding back down that rabbit hole I was in a few years ago. So a lot of people are coming to me for this stuff right now. I sell it for about $50 for about a month's worth of capsules. Okay. Boron, more for men. This is for free testosterone release. As you get older, as you know, or maybe you have heard, right, our testosterone begins to lower a little bit. In order for me to stay aggressive on the jiu-jitsu mats, whatever, I want to make sure that the testosterone levels are as high as they possibly can. So, I'm not getting beat up a whole lot. Having low testosterone is also linked to low mental health as well. So in men, so you got to make sure that happens. And you're seeing a lot of men these days not worrying about their testosterone, not getting their testosterone checked. I don't get mine checked, but not knowing that is a hormone that controls how they feel. And then lastly, should be taking this every day. I don't, but again, lion's mane. I put it in my coffee as a powder, but can also be taken as a capsule, right? So lion's mane again, look it up. You hear me keep talking about it. Lion's mane, reishi mushroom, chaga. These are all they're medicinal mushrooms, but like non-psychedelic. This is something called a Stamets 7. It's a brand by Host Defense, a guy named Paul Stamets. He put all of the mushrooms that I talked about all in one capsule. Not as good because it's not as potent, but you got in here